Welcome to AI Made Simple with Carmen, the podcast that takes the confusion out of the artificial intelligence and shows you how to use it with confidence. I'm your host, Carmen Skipworth, global AI strategist, international speaker, best-selling author of Lead with Intelligence, and Grammy-nominated associate producer. Each episode, I sit down with innovators, experts, founders, and business leaders to find out what's actually working with AI. No hype, no jargon, and no complicated tech talk, just what's real. Whether you're a business leader, entrepreneur, or simply curious about how AI is changing the way we work and live, you're in the right place. You'll walk away with tools you can actually use, strategies you can apply, and a clearer picture of what's working, what's not, and what's next. This is AI Made Simple. Hit subscribe, settle in, and let's get real about AI. Let's dive in. Welcome to my show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to AI Made Simple with Carmen Skipworth. Today, we are joined by Sarah Jordan Ross, who is a wellness and resilient coach, speaker, and host of Taboo Talk with Sarah, where she leads honest conversations about resilience, burnout, and what it takes to stay human in challenging times. She has over 25 years in the wellness industry and a background in bioscience and sociology. Very technical here. She brings a grounded human perspective to the intersection of well-being, leadership, and modern business. Sarah's work focuses on nervous system regulation, resilience, and helping individuals effectively move out of survival mode so they can think clearly, make better decisions, and lead more effectively. As AI and rapid change continue to reshape the way we work and live, she offers a valuable lean on the human side of progress, helping people stay grounded in a world that's moving faster than ever. So welcome to our show, Sarah. So glad you can make it. You're in Australia, in Tasmania. How exciting.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's great that we can talk from other sides of the
technology.
world.
Yes, technology.
What absolutely do we do without it?
I don't know. I know it's pretty soon it'll be like our avatars here talking, or maybe we already are.
No.
Yeah. So let me start with a question with AI making everything faster, why do people feel more overwhelmed than ever? I mean, do you get that? Like, why?
I think it's because there is that so much information coming at us so fast, and we can be doing so many different things, but we don't actually take that time away from it.
Right.
So the body can't tell the difference between a psychological or emotional threat and a physical one. It just gets there's a saber-toothed tiger trying to eat me. And most of the time we've got businesses and family and demands coming at us all the time, our system ends up in that constant fight, flight, and never gets into that rest and repair state. And being on all the time hasn't helped that.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you say that. We're on all the time. We're in flight and fight mode, but at the same time, isn't AI supposed to make life easier, simpler for us? But somehow it's not, right? Like, why or how is it not when that's the whole idea of AI, right? So we have more time on our hands. We have an agent that can answer our emails. Why is it that we're still not having enough time for ourselves?
Either because we haven't figured out how to use it to its full advantage, or we get stuck in that routine of trying to do it all ourselves. Delegating's not always as easy as it should be. And that's the same whether we're delegating to AI or to a person. There's still that, they're not going to do it my way. So
right. True. So in that sense, like, how can someone tell if they're mentally in survival mode, even if they're keeping up with AI? Like, how can you tell, like, you're thinking, oh, so maybe I have AI doing all this. So now I have more time for social media, even though social media can be still written. So how can they realize that they're in survival mode? They might not
It'll
even
probably
know,
be
right?
little things like things that wouldn't normally bother you annoying the hell out of you, or your
Like, what
kids
do you
ask for
mean?
something and where you'd normally just answer them or do the thing or be playing with them, you suddenly find yourself snapping at them when they haven't actually done
Mm.
anything for you to snap at them, and that's a sign that your system is dysregulated and overloaded. And we have so many more people now struggling with nervous system dysregulation
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah. So you're seeing more and more of your clients or patients, whatever you call them, coming in
yeah,
and not even realizing that that's the reason why they are that way, and then
yeah,
like then their nervous system. So what happens to them? So snapping is a sign.
yeah.
What other signs would there be that kind of tell them that?
um Moving really quickly, being short of breath. So when we're in
Oh,
that fight and flight, what happens is that everything gets hyped up so we can fight the threat or run away from it.
right.
Normally, when once that's passed and the danger's passed, then that will switch off and you'll come back into that slow everything down.
Mm.
So the opposite of that, a lecturer of mine once called it the coffee cognac state. So that's
Coffee.
the
Okay.
yeah. So you've had a great meal. You're sitting back, relaxing with a coffee or a cognac or whatever it is that floats your boat, and you're relaxed, and God's in His heaven, all's right with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we spend an awful lot more time in the fight or flight state or in sympathetic dominance, where we
Hmm.
ideally it exists like a seesaw that
Right.
you have most of the time they're fairly level. Then when something happens that you need to respond to, your sympathetic nervous system starts running the show and your parasympathetic switches out. Then, once the danger's passed, the parasympathetic takes control for a little bit and then it comes back to that even keel. But
Interesting. What explain again what parasympathetic is again?
so
Sorry.
your sympathetic nervous system governs
Sympathetic.
fight or flight, and
Ah.
your parasympathetic nervous system governs that other um, rest and repair state.
So in other words, one's off and the other one's on overtime,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to speak. Okay, and the human body, or we just don't realize it.
It's
Um,
just doing its thing in the background. And the body generally, it's all a series of checks and balances. You need a certain amount of this for that to happen. And
yeah,
the body's usually pretty good at keeping itself on that level field, but every once in a while it has some trouble.
yeah. So what do you recommend for someone who is in that stage of overload? Like, right, they're noticing they're snapping. They're what do you recommend? One way to start getting back in balance.
Yeah. There's lots of things you can do, but one of them is finding that thing that helps you get out of that stress state. So one that I've found really, really helpful, I call it brain dumping. So you get a big
Mm,
piece of paper and
that's,
all of those thoughts, all those things to do,
yeah.
you write them down. And you go to the point where it's like, yeah, I think that's everything. Then you take 3 deep abdominal breaths, like breathing right down into your
Right.
belly, because most people don't realize how big our lungs actually are. And we end up
Hmm.
spending a lot of time only breathing with that top third of our lungs. So you want to really get that air in there, breathe it out, and then go again. Again, till you get to that point that, yeah, I can't think of anything else that I need to write down.
Okay.
3 deep breaths, go again. So you do that 3 times.
And just keep
By
writing
then,
in
you
between.
just
Yeah.
keep writing. Then take a step back and look at it, because a lot of the times those busy thoughts are the things we've got to do, or the events that are coming up, or projects we want to start, or that kind of thing. So you look at it, and from there you create your do, dump, delegate list, because
Okay.
there's going to be things on there that you have to do. That's just this. But there's going to be some things that, yeah, they need to be done, but they don't need to be done right now.
Like not a priority.
And they don't need to be done by you. So you delegate them to somebody else. And then there's those things that they don't really need to be done, or at least not right now. They don't need to be done by you. And quite possibly they don't really need to be done at all. So you get rid of those.
Got it.
So you've got your do, get rid of your dump list, and you delegate them to.
I like that. So instead of a to-do list, it's like everything, not just like work stuff. It's just whatever's on your mind kind of thing. Just dump it out. Like whatever. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then take several breaths in between. And then it puts everything in perspective, right? I like that. Thanks. What do you think high performers are getting wrong as they try to keep up with speed and change, right? So they're just like, oh my gosh, I got to know everything with the AI. I need to use it all. And right, high performers, just it's the way they operate. Yeah. So what are they getting wrong with it? Like, and they're overtired, overstressed, not getting enough sleep, right?
Yeah. Probably trying to do all of that at the expense of everything else, and not realizing that actually if they were getting enough sleep, if they were keeping their stress under control, and they were learning how to get the best out of AI and then implementing it that way,
right,
it would probably work much better.
Yeah.
It's again, that we have to do it all ourselves. And
I know. We just
sometimes, no, we don't.
No, that's
or
what
we think we need to know everything.
Yes.
But okay, I know how to put petrol in my car. I know how to put oil in my car. I know how to change a tire if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I stick the key in the ignition and I turn it and the car goes. And if it doesn't, I call somebody else to fix it. Because I don't need to know how it works. I just need to know that it does.
I like that. That's a good comparison, right? We don't need to know, just get it done. Let's not look at all these noise or choices that we have.
Yeah.
Good
so
advice.
Work out what works for you and use it that way. Because I'm pretty sure the way that you use AI and the way I do would be very different.
Right. Absolutely. So do you think we're building an AI-powered world that humans aren't wired for? What do you think is happening? Like, or are we becoming more robotic or AI? Like our humanness is being lost, right, with social media and everyone on. And like I said, I think we're supposed to be efficient with it, but it doesn't quite seem that way, right?
I think in some ways we're more connected than we've ever been, but we're also more disconnected than we've ever been.
And explain what you mean by that. Like, how are we connected but disconnected? Like,
so we're on social media. We're talking to people all over the world.
And some people see that as connection, right?
Yes. And sometimes you can have really deep connections on that. Right. But at the same time, you're not having those as many face-to-face conversations, or it's all surface level, not going deeper and building those relationships and those connections.
Which is important.
A lot of times on social media, you get the highlight reel. So people only put out on social media the great stuff. Right. And then everybody starts thinking, oh, this person, their life's so amazing and mine's not. So then we suffer from that comparison, not realizing that that other person's only putting out the highlight reel. You have no idea what's going on.
I know, right? That. Yeah. they seem so happy, and then when you meet them, you're like, what do you mean you're not happy, or you're
Yeah.
not going out, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we never know what's
another,
going on with somebody else.
yeah, that's true. That's the disconnection, because you're only seeing what they post versus actually interacting with them in that sense. Um, so AI has now led to a point where, like ChatGPT, Grok, all Claude, we're having conversations with them, right? People, they give advice. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that with your years of experience and working with other people? Is it a good substitute? Is it a good thing? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Because people now, they say, oh, ChatGPT told me to do this. This is my whole schedule now, right? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. It's a good one.
Right? It's interesting that people are
Yeah.
like, I had problems with my girlfriend or boyfriend last night. ChatGPT told me to do this and that. I'm like, what? So it's kind
And
of almost replacing a friend,
yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
that can be good in the having a sounding board and dumping your thoughts out and having them reflected back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it would be a good idea for AI to take the place of a human therapist or a medical
Friend?
professional. Or
Yeah.
so there's lots of stuff AI can do,
Right.
but let's be honest, it doesn't have emotions.
No.
It it doesn't have a body that occasionally doesn't read the textbook.
Right.
So there's lots, it does have its limits. Now,
Yeah.
I know I use Chat GPT to edit things for me, or I'll have a conversation where I'm just dumping out everything
Mm-hmm.
and saying, okay, take all of my random thoughts and put them in some kind of semblance of order, so then I can sift through that. But
I
and
know.
okay, I did get use ChatGPT for a simple thing like we've got different sorts of light bulbs in this house we're in now, and it's like never had to change one like it. So how do I do that? Or my washing machine's chucking a hissy fit. What's it doing? So I use
Yeah.
it for practical things to tell me how to do that.
Mm.
Or I might do the event of, geez, Jeff and the boys are annoying the hell out of me. But it's more the I just get it out, and I like that Chatty tells me, because that is a blessing and a curse for it. I think the beautiful
Yeah.
thing about my AI, it always tells me I'm right, unless of course I tell it to remove
Which is
all of your biases and kick my backside if I need it. But
right.
it's, yeah, it's
We all
only as
like
good as what we train it to do.
right. Yeah. We all like being told that we're doing a great job, that everything's
Yeah,
wonderful. So in that sense, if it's supportive,
yeah,
I guess is good. And like you said, we're all disconnected but connected. And so this is why maybe ChatGPT, Grok, or any of the other ones are a substitute for having a relationship with a person, because they don't know how, maybe,
yeah.
right?
And
And
that's a
it's
sad thing that we're having trouble making that deeper connection.
yeah. So based on everything you've learned, what's one simple daily habit you think that would help people stay grounded while using AI, so they don't get sucked into it and go, oh my gosh, you're right, what am I doing? It's been like I have some friends that are like, oh yeah, he's out with his girlfriend chat gbt like, but they don't realize it. So what is some ways to help people not get sucked into the world of AI and remain human, which is kind of a strange thing to say, right? Because
Yeah,
we're talking to robots. Yeah,
yeah.
what would be a good suggestion?
Well, as with anything, don't spend all of your time doing one thing at the expense
Mm.
of everything else. So if you're spending all of your time on AI, and it's not that it's actually taking tasks off your plate so that then you can go do other things, or it's not making your workflow easier, and it just ends up kind of like doom scrolling, but having it shifted to, I'm playing with AI, I'm doing,
Yeah, leave me
so it
alone.
looks like you're working, but you're not really.
There you go. Yes.
And it's like, if like me and my husband, you work from home, maybe just take 5 minutes every here and there to actually check in with your partner and or the people that you work with. Actually have a conversation with another human. And as I would,
Right.
you wouldn't
Like,
spend all day scrolling on Facebook, although sometimes we do. But
right. You get sucked into it, right? You
yeah,
don't realize it. And you're like,
because it
wait.
gives you dopamine. So
Mm.
yeah,
So it's triggering that dopamine, meaning
yeah,
because people are talking to them, they have a
uh,
nice feeling.
yeah. So it makes you feel good. So there, you want to do it more.
And so it's almost like an addiction, maybe.
Can be.
Can be. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's probably really tough for you with just dealing with people and their nervous systems and then now we have AI, adding more stress to it. And it's hard to tell someone like, well, gotta take a little more time, like, spend more time with your family or something, family dinners, right?
Yeah.
Not too many people
Or
do those.
get off the computer and go for a walk.
Walk. Right. Get your 10,000 steps, right? They
Yeah.
say 10,000 steps, what you need every day.
Or
But
if you're a kid, go climb a tree.
right. Video
Or
games, forget it.
yeah,
Yeah. Go climb a
have that
tree.
have that balance
Yeah.
of time spent doing those things, but also of going for a walk, of
Appreciating nature, right?
yeah,
Like walk,
yeah, or
reflect.
catch up with a friend and have a coffee. Or
Yeah, right. Human
yeah,
interaction
yeah, so have
versus,
that balance of both. There's nothing wrong with hanging out with your AI friends, but
mhm.
make sure you also spend time with your human friends.
I know. I get some people that say, oh, I don't like my human friends, they're just so, annoying, or I don't want to listen to their problems. Whereas AI
Get
will
new
do what
friends.
I know. That's what I said. I said, why do you have friends like that?
Yeah,
Great solution.
yeah.
So,
I think that's the thing. Make sure that you do surround yourself with people who light you up, who fill you up, who make you, who encourage you to be the best that you can be. And if the people around you are not supporting you being the best version
no,
of you,
no, no.
then you need to go find other people. You need
Absolutely
to
right.
find, yeah, it might not be it might be a problem with the room that you're in, that room doesn't fit you anymore, so
Mm.
you need to go find another one.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No,
Some people think, like I got to fit and everything, but not sort of like not every shoe fits everyone, right?
no.
I think that's a phrase, right?
And your comfiest pair of shoes, after a while, they might not be that comfy
Good point.
anymore, and that's just that it's time to change them.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay. I think we're coming close to time. Any last advice, how you use AI to in your world, and how it would help others?
Um, I
I
use
guess,
it
Mary.
for to make my life easier. So I will use it to, like with the podcast now, I will use it to research my guests and check out what's important to them and get to know a bit about what they're doing, because some of my guests, I have not met them in real
Right.
life, or I may not have spoken to them even in another forum. So
Yes.
I try to find out a little bit about them so I can actually make that human connection with them. I
Hmm.
use AI to help me craft questions.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Just like
And I
me.
use it to edit my writing. And I use it to create images like
Yeah,
my
me
background.
too. Yep. Awesome. I know
Yeah.
it's great for all that.
And
Yeah.
there's so much more it can do that I don't use it for. So I will freely
Yeah.
admit I don't use it to possibly
It's
its full
constantly.
advantage, but I use it for what it is best for me
Yes.
for.
And that's
Because there are some people like my husband who can do amazing things with AI.
he's good. He's very
Have
good.
other friends who like create these amazing videos with it. And I look at it and go, that is amazing. And I'm so
Mhm.
proud of you for what you do. I'm not even going to try it because I would end up tearing my hair out because it's just not my thing.
Right. Okay.
Um, and yeah, I
Fantastic.
use it. It's a great research assistant. So
Absolutely. I use that all because it has all the data pretty
yeah,
much from years and years. It has the data for you that in a snap.
yeah. So
Um,
I can send it in the right direction and it brings me all the information I need to then
yes. It's a
work out what I'm
process.
doing.
Well, that's fantastic. Appreciate having you on our show. I'd like for you to also tell us a bit about your podcast, any upcoming things we should look out for from you.
So I generally have a new episode out every week.
Nice. And it's called,
Yeah.
we can find you on Spotify, everywhere, right?
I'm on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and the LA Tribune Podcast Network.
Right. And it's called Taboo Talk with Sarah.
Yes.
And your show is amazing because you discuss what people don't want to discuss, taboo talk. Yes. So it's quite interesting. So
I was originally going to call it Shit We Don't Talk About, but that name was already taken. So
no way.
What is it like? What's that word for stuff that we're not supposed to talk about because it's a bad thing?
Right.
Oh. I don't talk. So yes. What I talk about more is all those things that so many of us go through. Because what I'd noticed in clinic, I was a massage therapist for 25 years. I have stepped away from that for a while. But I was hearing similar stories all the time of what people were going through. But the common thread was they felt so completely alone in it that they were the only one going through this.
That's great.
And my thought was, well, you're not, because you're all telling me about it. And then
fantastic.
A few other things happened. And so I came home one day and said, I want to start a podcast because if we can actually talk about what we're going through and people can see, hey, I'm not the only one, and this person got through that same thing and they're now okay, or they're thriving, or
right,
whatever else, that gives hope to other people. And
I love that.
I've talked about what it's really like to be a carer of whether it's a special needs child or somebody going through cancer or whatever lands you in that caring role. And also what it's like when that caring role stops.
Or
right.
What happens?
Yeah, what happens? Or if somebody's on a cancer journey and then they get well, what's that look like? Because for so long their life was treatments and appointments and the constant connection. When they don't have to do that anymore, then what do they do? Or if somebody's caring for them and it's like, I did all of that and now what do I do? Like we had Lani Almanza on, and she cared for her son through cancer, then lost him, and then has now built this beautiful life helping others on that caring journey.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Great.
So
thank you.
And I've talked about trauma and
all
getting
these
back
things
from that.
So we'll check you out there too. Appreciate all the advice you gave and your insight into how to not get sucked into the noise of AI and take your deep breaths, right? And do the brain dump. So then you realize if you written the whole entire paper front and back that you really, need to take a little step back. So thanks again, Sarah, for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.